What's up, guys? Welcome back. Glad you're here. On today's episode, we're going to be looking at a deck right out of the Pure Imagination Projects book. That's right. We're going to be looking at the Splash playing cards. That's right, by Derek McKee and Pure Imagination Projects. So, buckle in your seatbelts. We're going there. Let's go. The Splash playing cards. That's right, what are they? Let's get into it. That's right, this quirky and limited edition deck of cards is brought to you by Pure Imagination Projects in collaboration with the designer Route and of course the creative director Benji Taylor. The vibrant splashes of various eye-popping colors combined to create a remarkably distinct modern composition. Its strategic arrangement helps form an illusion of organic borders. So, just like a pair of jewelry or shoes, these cards are gorgeous enough to serve as a fashion accessory, complementing and elevating the performer using them. The front, side, and back of the tuck box is made up of all those different splashes and colors that you see here, as well as on the cards, which we'll get into shortly. That's right, you're going to see a vast array of different colors: blues, reds, oranges, beiges, and greens, making up this beautiful tuck box on that classic style box. Like I said earlier, the design wraps all the way around from the sides, front, and back. No text font found here. That is, at least until you get over to the bottom of the tuck itself, where you're going to find some ad copy about Pure Imagination Projects, as well as the logo on the right. There's going to be no tuck seal on this deck either, making it quick and easy to open upon getting. And then the only other place you're going to see any kind of font is Splash on the top of the tuck. The back designs on the cards themselves are going to be made up of the same splashes and color tones that we saw on the tuck box kind of carry over here. Like I said earlier, the borders are kind of made up of that same design pattern, creating that illusion of a border. Also, you're going to see the illusion of almost like a rectangle there in the center, going from one end to the other. This is a two-way image as well. This deck does come printed by the United States Playing Card Company on their crushed premium stock. That's right, it does have a traditional cut and an air cushion emboss, and this is a limited edition run of only 2,500 decks. And for the performers out there, this deck also comes one cut away from Mnemonica stack. Alright, with this deck you're going to receive a double backer, which is going to have the back design on both the front and back of the card. The next one is going to be a ad card saying Splash Playing Cards by Pure Imagination Projects. And then last but not least are going to be your duplicate and original jokers, something that I love Pure Imagination Projects for even more. They seem to always do duplicate jokers. It's going to have a black and white version of kind of the back design almost, with those splashes in all black, and it's going to say Joker in the upper left and bottom right corners. The pips and indices in this deck are your industry standard, as well as the quartz in this deck, making it great for gameplay, magic, and more. The aces in this deck are also your standard until you get to the beautiful Ace of Spades. As you can see here, the spade pip there in the center is going to be made up of those same splashes and colors that we saw on the tuck box, as well as the back design. That's it for this deck. Join me now for my final thoughts. Alright, so my final thoughts on this deck. I give it an A. That's right, I give it an A. This is a good deck, man. Great deck. Great deck. I remember back when they did the pre-orders on these, and I passed it up, and I regretted it. And now I see why I regretted it. You know, listen, if you guys are not familiar, I'm now part of Pure Imagination Projects. I announced this on my Q&A video. I'm very honored to be a part of such an established and just great playing card company that has morale and really has a foot into this community, and something that I can be a part of that is going to be history, you know, come 10, 15, 20 years from now. You know, Derek McKee, who started this off as just a dream, you know, somebody struggling to put out something that he knew would not knew exactly, but knew would be something one day. And here we are, over 200,000 decks later sold. He continues to put out just amazing decks of cards into this community. So it really is such a blessing to be able to be part of something so amazing. So, but anyway, this deck is just truly great. If you guys haven't had a chance to get your hands on these, this is great. I mean, comes in a Monica stack, can be used for cardistry, magic, doesn't matter. You know, with the standardized faces, pips and indices, the whole nine. You know, duplicate jokers. That's the one thing I really love about Pure Imagination Projects, is that they always put out, it seems, they strive on getting those duplicate and original jokers, which is awesome. I mean, we've seen it in the cherries, we've seen it in Splash, we've seen it in the Icon deck, the Les Meliers decks. I mean, I love it because I love sandwich effects. So what better than to have than duplicate jokers? I do wish that the ad card was a duplicate card, you know, any duplicate card, doesn't matter. That's just my opinion. But other than that, the double backer's great, of course. And yeah, I mean, this deck is a winner all the way around. So definitely check these out. I know it's a limited edition run. Not many of these were made, and they're definitely going to go. I mean, it's one of those decks that when it first came out, it had traction, but the more and more people that are talking about it now, more and more people are now starting to go, oh, yeah, that deck's amazing. So make sure you guys get your hands on these. I'm telling you, these are going to be a collector's item very soon. I'm telling you. So, yeah. So, that's all I can say about this deck, guys. I want to thank Derek McKee for allowing me to have this deck so I can do the review for you. And if you enjoyed this review, you know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you beautiful people on the next one.